What's going on, Orbiters? How's it going? Hope you all are well, healthy, and ready to learn about some space today. Today we're going on our Orbital Alliance mission number 3. And again, we're gonna do a lunar transit of the International Space Station. This time it's in the daylight. So let's get everything set up and we'll hop right into some photography. All right, guys, so the official goals for this evening are to capture a still photo of the International Space Station transiting the moon in daylight. It is an illuminated transit, and if you don't know what that means, check out this video up here. I'm gonna link to you. We did an illuminated night transit back in March. Oh my gosh, in March? Holy cow. So today is a little bit different. We're gonna try something new. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a telescope. I'm also gonna set up my camera and a telephoto lens. If we get the shot, great. If not, we had some fun. What we need to do though is we need to look at where the moon is. So right now, the moon is up there. Gonna be maybe hard to see in the GoPro because it can't pick up the contrast. We did get really lucky in terms of weather, and I guess that's been a really good thing. There's not a cloud in the sky. Earlier there was a lot of small puffy cumulonimbus clouds just floating around. Those have all dissipated and moved on, which is awesome. However, it is July, mid-July in the Midwest in the United States. That means haze and lots of it, and today is no exception. It is a very hazy day, even though it is clear. So viewing, visibility, sharpness might not be at its best. And this station pass itself is actually not going to be 100% amazing. The size of the space station, according to our position and its height in the sky, is actually not primo. It's right in the middle. I think it was like 36, is it arc seconds? I believe it was arc seconds. So picking up detail in the station might be more of a challenge. So that's what I'm hoping my telescope can pick up some of those details a little bit better than my camera. We're gonna kind of battle the odds of haze and daylight and angular size. Got about 30 minutes until the transit to get everything set up. So I forgot to mention, the time of day is currently 7:19 p.m. or 1919, 24-hour time. What that means right now is that it's just approaching golden hour, which is a part of the day where the sun refracts light in a more of a yellowish, orangish, reddish hue. And you feel that and you notice it kind of all around as it refracts the atmosphere. I think that starts at 7:45 tonight. So like 25 minutes out from golden hour starting. The transit is at 7:47. So we're gonna be just after that starts. And every minute that goes by as of right now, the moon gets a little bit brighter in the sky, the sun gets a little bit dimmer, the sky gets a little bit darker, all to our benefit, but we're just not going to be enough into the darkness or into blue hour to get a nice popping moon, but I'll take every minute I can get. So really quick, something I do as I'm setting up, so I'm always tracking where the space station is in real time using my ISS tracker app that I have on my phone. So let's get in nice and close here and see. So right now the space station's in the Pacific. So south of Hawaii quite a ways, but going up here, there's the United States, and the flight path is gonna go just below me, that red dot. So right there, so that's probably about 20 minutes or so. Yeah, 20 minutes exactly. All right, cool. So we got our astro camera here running down the line. We can see, I'm not sure how well you can see it, but the moon is definitely in the frame. There it is. Okay, focus is achieved in the right spot, but I'm getting all those artifacts, which are super annoying. Hope none of that shows up in the video. I've been having lots of problems with this software, but it could also be this really old MacBook. This is gonna be a little tricky. Okay. Rechecking our stats, make sure our time is accurate. Great, 7:47 and 40 seconds. That's like in 9 minutes. That was a close one. I almost didn't put an SD card in my camera. So I'm gonna make sure that we have plenty of those. Revert back to my atomic clock. I'd be lying if I were to say that this sound, after doing enough transits in my life, doesn't give me some form of anxiety, but I think it's a good kind of anxiety. It means I'm challenging myself, it means I'm getting out and learning and doing something cool. There's this really neat crater right by where I hope the station will go. And if you can see this, it's right about here. Nice shadow. There's a big indent right in the middle where the impact was however many millions of years ago, and hopefully our more recent 22-year-old space station will go right by it. So I love being out here to shoot space station transits because it's just such a thrill. My heart is pounding right now. There's a lot of setup, a lot of planning, days ahead, right in the final minutes, a lot of adjustments, and it's just exciting, and the reward is massively high. And you guys have known, I've talked about it before, I've failed quite a bit, and it's hard to keep up sometimes. And you just have to keep rolling, wait for the next one, be patient. Could be a month, could be 3 months until the next opportunity, but do your best, get out, have some fun, and hopefully you land a huge win and a really beautiful picture of the space station. 47:30 will be the 10-second countdown. Getting intense, getting real intense. Make sure this is still good. 1 minute. Okay. Cool. This is ready. Gonna hit record on my video as soon as I get aimed up here. Here we go. 40 seconds. Coming out in recording 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What the heck's happened with this? We're gonna see if we missed it. For some reason this burst wasn't working. Okay, well I see it in the stills. The burst wasn't clean. I don't know why that wasn't wrong remote setting. Well, there you go. Double check your remote. All right guys, jump cut here back to my editing workstation. I figured this was going to be a lot easier just to explain exactly what happened versus trying to cut and piece it together out of what I shot on location. So I'm gonna turn to the screen here and show you the results of the photos. So right here, these are my still photos from my camera and my 600mm lens. And I'm gonna just go through them here. I'm gonna show you the shots I did get. So from this lower section here, you'll see the space station, little tiny blurry white dot, travel up towards the moon, go right through this lower section, right past that crater I had talked about earlier in the video, and then it goes off this way. So I'm gonna advance through it so you can see there it is, coming off the lower right side, skipping ahead, transits the moon, and then goes past it, and off into the frame. So we got some shots on the still photo. They're not great, and what happened there was my remote shutter has a setting where you press and hold it and it takes continuous burst photos. Well, what happened was it was on a different setting where it doesn't do it when you press and hold. It just fires a 3-round burst when you press it once. If you press and hold it, it stops after the 3-round burst. Didn't realize it was on that setting, and I kind of cost me that. So in the video, you kind of see me pressing it to just get burst instead of just pressing it once and having it go like it usually does. Kind of a rookie mistake, to be honest, but hey, now I know to double, triple, quadruple check that I'm in the right setting next time. So I could make a composite out of this shot if I wanted to and watch it just go right past the moon. Still kind of cool. Could do a little animation if I wanted to. So this is the best we got. So now let me explain the video from the telescope. So here we go. This is the video. I'm gonna hit play here. Couple things wrong with this. First off, the frame rate is atrocious. It should be much higher. I think at least 30 frames per second. This to me looks like 3 or 4 frames per second, maybe 2. Not ideal for if you're trying to shoot video of the space station. And had this worked, you would have seen the space station go right here where my mouse cursor is, gone right up above this crater here, exactly where I hoped it would, and gone right out of frame. It should be there, but it's not. And the reasoning I've come to figure out is because my computer is not able to handle the amount of data that comes from this raw footage that gets recorded by my ZWO camera, and that's kind of a problem. I need a better computer that can support that level of data coming in through the USB cable. So this also confirms a lot of problems I've had in the past with my photo shoots and why things were happening that I didn't like happening, like these artifacts that you can see here on the shot, these lines, the slow frame rate. So I think a new computer is going to do wonders for me here. So unfortunately, I did not get it in the video because of the low frame rate. The space station is just too fast for me to capture it with this low of a frame rate. So unfortunately, I missed it. So that's okay though. There's always another chance. But yeah, we did get something on the still photos and I'm okay with that. So back to the video. Okay, so I was out shooting drone footage for the end of this video, and then this happened.
Yeah! I love space! I love space! I love space!
If this didn't give us the injection of energy we were looking for, then I don't know what would. This is my friend Andy, and he happened to be like in the area at the pool that I'm like parked at, and he just stopped by. He's like, "Who's flying a drone?" Oh, it has to be Nick.
And then I got to look at the moon.
And you got to look at the moon. We're doing some moon viewing, which is great. What were you calling out? You were doing something when you were looking at it? You were quoting something? Yeah.
I was quoting the movie Can't Buy Me Love, because Patrick Dempsey talks about the moon. He talks about Tycho, and he talks about how an asteroid landed there and broke the moon. And then right next to that is the Sea of Tranquility. And then he says, someday our grandchildren are gonna live up there. And then Nick and I agreed that maybe our grandchildren will live up there, because that movie was made in the 80s, and his grandchildren aren't living up there right now. But maybe someday.
And there may have been a chance that I didn't know the quote, and that I was like, yeah, they totally will be, all serious. And he's like, I'm just quoting a movie.
It was great. It was great. He thought I was being intellectual and just quoting movies because I really don't know the difference. Thanks for having me on your podcast.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to go back to the moon.
I think you should bring some palm trees to the moon too. Yeah.
Shoot, the moon moved already. I can't see it anymore.
All right, let's find the moon. Let's, can you, get it in there. That's not gonna work.
I'll look to see. Oh, we found it again. Yeah. Okay, it's still up there.
Thank goodness. For the sake of the tides, it's still up there.
Exactly.
Well, Andy, thanks for making an appearance in the.
Thanks for inviting me.
This video. This is gonna be awesome.
I'm glad I dropped in.
Yeah, come back.
Totally crashed it.
Come back again.
Yeah, I will. I will. Bye, guys.
All right, guys, sorry it's a lot darker here. Hopefully I'm resolved enough in this low light. Maybe I'll shoot this way. There's a light across the way. But today, regardless, it was just fun to be a human. And that's kind of the point of this channel, is to learn about space as humans together, so that we can all go to space together. So Andy, thanks for stopping by and saying hey. Super fun. Glad we could have a few laughs. And to the two guys that I met here in the car, sorry I didn't catch your names. It was great to meet you. Thank you for stopping and chatting with me. I think this is what kind of makes these videos super fun, what makes this hobby super fun. Astrophotography is fun to do alone, but it's even better to do with other people, to share the experience, to talk about it, and to get people interested in space. So that's the reason this channel exists. Get interested in space, learn about it. One day, we can all go to space. Great to meet you guys. Hope to see you around sometime soon. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, leave a question. And of course, the final bit here is if you can ring the bell on the channel, that will notify you every time there's a new video, and would hate for you to miss any new content that comes around. So with that, I'm gonna throw it to the drone and you guys can see the beautiful sunset. All right, see y'all next time on the other side.